What is unauthorized selling and game economy abuse? We prohibit the selling of unauthorized game content in or outside of the game. Therefore, any accounts found selling or purchasing unauthorized in-game content are subject to temporary or permanent banning. Furthermore, any account that is found abusing the game's economy, including third-party software or taking advantage of bugs and exploits, is also subject to temporary or permanent banning. If you believe someone is selling in-game content or accounts, or if you are unsure if something falls under this category, please feel free to contact us. Now, in the end-user license agreement and terms of service, there was basically a ban on selling an account. So you set up an account, you run it till you've achieved, oh, I don't know, 200 wings, and then you sell that account. That is in violation of terms of service and the end user license agreement straight off the bat. The where it gets interesting is this abusing the game's economy, or including third-party software or taking advantage of bugs and exploits. Now, what would be the game's economy? That is going to be regular candles, seasonal candles, ascendant candles, and event tickets. Okay. Oh, and hearts. And I think the one that they may be referring to mostly here is hearts. There was an exploit you could use, and I think I've mentioned this before. I encountered at least two people who were using it, and I don't remember what the dynamics are, and even if I did, I might not share them. But it was possible for a player, for certain consideration, shall we say, to give out a large number of hearts to other players who were, shall we say, cooperating. That would be arguable. Yeah, that would be abusing the game's economy. It's giving those people it's giving those people an unfair advantage. I'm not sure that's necessarily true. Hearts are hard enough to get as it is, and yeah, that's a bit. But I do know that that activity does is it would be called taking advantage of bugs and exploits, and I pretty certain that at least one person got banned for doing it. I don't know if anybody was banned for participating. And this was, on the face of it, something that the game allowed. Now there is some. Now that was a clear exploit. But I can think of another one. That is if somebody hypothetically has multiple accounts. It's no great secret that I have more than one account. Anybody who's watched me has seen me playing Baron, my main character, and has seen me playing my wingless avatar, Nimue. Now, if those two do not know each other in game, but let's hypothetically say that they did, they could exchange hearts every day. Now that would be a little bit, that's interesting, because I don't know whether that would technically be regarded as taking advantage of an exploit. I think, and I am trying to remember the circumstances, if you're using that solely for the purpose of heart farming, that might be regarded as an exploit. However, I don't know how it would be regarded if you basically treat those accounts equally and are playing them and investing in them, would that then be an exploit? Because you could then say, well, okay, yes, it is. It's an easy way to get a heart. One heart. I mean, how many people are going to have 17 or 18 accounts and they're all exchanging? You don't have the time in the day. So you'd have to go a pretty long way there, arguably, to get yourself in trouble. 1 or 2 hearts a day is hardly going to be abused, but I don't know how that game company might treat that, because you can set up heart trading systems within the game without using exploits. If you set up a bunch of people, and I've done this where I had 2 or 3 people and we agreed to exchange hearts every day. That's basically the same thing. It's not an unfair advantage to do that. So that would be a little bit of a grey area. I would say, for the sake of argument, it's probably better to avoid using your counts for heart farming. But I don't know how that game company might interpret it. I have encountered at least one person who basically admitted they had a primary account and then they used secondary accounts specifically to give hearts to the primary. That game company might well find that a little bit off. But as far as I know, that particular person's still playing the game and has not run afoul of anybody. So it's a bit of an open question. And here's the thing. I'm not about to draw attention to anybody by saying I think this person is doing something. Because as we all know, hearts are hard to get. I mean, it is actually, I think, a bit of a complaint when you bear in mind the cost in hearts of some of the in-game property. I know people complain about the cost of capes, for example. Oh, you have to spend 99 candles on a cape. Yes, that does seem high, but for candles, that's not too bad. You can readily make candles. Well, consider this. The top cape, or capes, which I think is either the white or the black fancy capes, cost, I believe it's either 120 or 150 hearts. Wow. How on earth are you supposed to get that number of hearts? I really don't know. There is no real option. I mean, in some ways it would be better if it was candles on a 3-for-1, so 450 hearts and you can get, 450 candles and you can get the heart. The cape. So this is, I would safely say that the exploit where, you could coordinate with somebody to get an excessive number of hearts per day, which I think was something like 20 hearts every day you could get. Yeah, that's obviously TGC is going to be somewhat perturbed about it. I'm not sure. It gets iffy about what is a bug or an exploit. But we'll get more into what are bugs and exploits. I think it's in the next bit, because it gets more interesting.